Hey everyone, myself Prachi Jain and I am here for the explanation of chapter 12 electricity for class 10th. We will start and our first topic is electricity. So in class 9th you read some kind of energies like electrical energy, mechanical energy, nuclear energy, chemical energy, kinetic energy. So what is electricity? So electricity is a form of electrical energy which can be controlled. So basically it is a kind of energy which can be controlled by some means of devices. Now next is it plays an important role in our daily life. As you can see all around you, everything is just possible just because of electricity. Like fan is running because of electricity, light is glowing because of electricity, and so many roles are electricity played in our daily life. Next is it is used in homes, industries, school and transport. So everywhere we can see the use of electricity. It can make our work easier by the run to some machines, some kind of the appliances. Our work becomes so easier and we will do some work which can take in the previous days, which can take some a lot time, but we can now do that work with quickly and in very less timing. Next is electric charge. So what is electric charge? As you read in class 9 bio, what is cell? Though cell is the fundamental unit of any living being. So electrical charge is also a fundamental unit for any substance due to which any substance can experience and produce some force. Like suppose they are the two bodies like this and these are the two bodies. If we are talking about these, so electric charge is the fundamental property of both of the unit. It produces some force on this body and this body experience some force. Then so the property by which it produce force and it experience a force, that is electric charge. So it is a fundamental property of the substance due to which it produce and experience a force. Now next is it is a scalar quantity, means it has only magnitude, it has only numerical values, it don't have any direction. It is denoted by q, sometimes by capital Q and sometimes by small q. So it is denoted by q. SI unit of the charge is coulomb. So that is name got by the name of the scientist Coulomb. Now, what is 1 coulomb? If you are asking about the 1 coulomb of electric charge, so what do you mean by 1 coulomb? So 1 coulomb, like suppose there are the two charges, charge 1 Q1 and Q2, that are placed in vacuum and the distance between them is 1 meter. Then Q1 produce and a force 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton on Q2. So 1 coulomb is the amount of charge which exert a force of 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton on an equal charge when placed in vacuum at a distance of 1 meter from it. Like there's a Q1 and Q2. Both have same values like 1 coulomb and 1 coulomb, and the distance between them is 1 meter. Then one force and Q1 produce 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton force on Q2. We can what is the 9, why is that there is a 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton? So you can find out this value by the Coulomb's law. Now next is type of charges. We all are know that there are the two type of the charges. So there exists the two type of the charges. First one is positive charge and second one is negative charge. So as we all are know that firstly we know atom is the basic or fundamental unit of any substance, any matter, and then we are got the discovery of the electrons, protons and neutrons. So they are the subatomic particles. So proton, there is a one unit of positive charge. One proton has one unit of positive charge and one electron has one unit of negative charge. And the value of one unit of charge is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. And I put here the plus sign for the protons. It is just because of like it is just because of ki it has a positive charge, that's why I'm putting a plus sign here. And for the negative charge, charge on the electrons, that is negative charge, and we are putting a minus sign here because it is a negative charge. So, and you can see here positive charge and negative charge is a small diagram for that. And there the third particles also, that is known as neutron, but the charge on neutron is zero, so there has no charge on the neutrons. Now the next is electrified substance. And again, how you can say that any substance become electrified? What do you mean by the electrified? So electrified means charge. When a body acquire some charge, electric charge, then it is said to be electrified. We all are know in any substance the electrons, number of the electrons or number of the protons are equal in any atom, so it is a neutral atom. So any substance like I have a pan, this pan, now this pan has no charge, so number of the electrons and number of the protons are equal in this. So okay, like next is, why is the reason why a body become electrified? Like this I'm asking ki this pan is now neutral, so how this pan become electrified, how this pan become electrified? So reason is, it is due to the transfer of electrons from one body to another body. So when we rub or by the phenomena of the conductions inductions, so electrons are transferred from one body to another, and there is an imbalance in the number of the electrons and protons, so that's why and body becomes electrified. Now the next is electric force. As you can see by the name electric force, the force done by the electric produced by the electric charge or experienced by some electric charge, that is known as the electric force. So when a body get electrically charged, it exert a force on another body, that is known as electric force. So as we are already said ki they are the two charges, then the one charge experience or produce some force, so the force produced by an electrical charge is known as electric force. So now we will take an example here also. The example is, when a comb is rubbed with dry hair, then it attracts some teeny pieces of paper. You all are do these activities in your childhood ki you are rubbing a scale also, we are rubbing in our hair, and then we try to attract the some teeny pieces of paper. And we are do this activity also, we are rubbing the comb in our dry hairs, and then we are trying to pick up the papers, teeny pieces of papers. So we all are perform this activity. So why is the reason and what is the reason behind it? We are now got it the point here. So reason, so what is the reason behind is, like suppose there is a comb and some teeny pieces of paper, but they are not doing interact, yeah, attracted each other. Okay, I have some papers, some teeny pieces of papers, and is comb here, so they are not have any effect on them. So this is just because they are in neutral state in this position. We are putting a comb and some teeny pieces of paper together apart, एक दूसरे से थोड़ा distance पे we are putting all of them, so they are not getting any effect on each other because they are in neutral state. Number of the electrons and number of the protons are equal, so that is why there is the net charge is zero on comb and on our teeny pieces of paper also. The second step is, when we rub a plastic comb with dry hair. Now we are going to rub the comb with our dry hair. Then what happened? So when we are rubbing the comb, so there is some transfer of electrons by our hair on comb. So that is why the comb become a positive charge body right now, because there is some transfer of electrons take place, the number of the electrons are disbalanced, and just because of that comb becomes electrified now. And an electrified comb exert a force, as we already studied by the definition electric force key, an electrified body exert a force. So also in this case comb exert a force on teeny pieces of papers, and now this comb has capability to attract that. Now the next is theory of charge. ओके, हाँ हमने ये पढ़ लिया कि इलेक्ट्रिक फोर्स क्या है, हमने ये भी पढ़ लिया कि कैसे एक बॉडी इलेक्ट्रिफाइड होती है. सो हाउ ए बॉडी बिकम्स इलेक्ट्रिफाइड. So reason is charging of electrons, transfer of electrons. So how it will happen? तो theory of charging says कि electrons are responsible for charging a body. यानी कि electrons are the carrier. Charge carriers in this case is electrons. Next is when a body lose or gain some electrons, then is said to be electrified or charged. So this is already we are study in the last slide. कि if we are going to rub our comb with a dry hair, then our comb acquired some positive charge and our hair acquired some negative charge. Why is this happen? All we are know that ki both of them are electrically neutral. Like suppose comb has 3 electrons and dry hair has 5 electrons. I am taking this example. So this is the comb has 3 electrons and dry hair has 5 electrons. When we rub each other, so then the three out of the three, 2 electrons are transferred from comb to dry hair. So now the total number of the electrons on comb is 1 and total number of the electrons on dry hair are now 7. 5 plus 2 7 and 3 minus 2 1. So 1 electron is here and 5. But the number of the protons are same still because the protons are not responsible for charging. Protons are not transferred. So number of the proton is 3 and number of the electron is 1. So there is the 2 unit positive charge because the protons are क्या है protons are excess in number, so there is a 2 unit positive charge on comb and 2 unit negative charge on dry hair. So in this way when a body lose यानी कि comb has lose the electrons and dry hair gain some electrons. So in this way when a body lose or gain some electrons then they are said to be electrified. Now we are going to take example for theory of charging. कि when glass rod rubbed with the silk cloth, when we are going to rub a glass rod with the silk cloth, they both of them becomes electrified and now they got the ability to attract some teeny pieces of paper. How it is happened? Firstly, both are in neutral state. Like suppose I have a silk cloth and I have a glass rod and they are I put together on the table. Initially apart at some distance, so then they are neutral, they don't have any effect on them. Like suppose there is a glass rod, I put a silk cloth on it, so initially it is initially क्या है ये, it is new in neutral state, so it doesn't have any effect. But when I'm going to rub it again, it acquires some positive charge. You can see here it acquires some positive charge and silk cloth acquires some negative charge. When we rubbed silk cloth with the glass rod, so some electrons move from glass rod to silk, glass rod to silk. That is why the glass rod has a now lack of electrons, so it is get electrified as positively, and silk cloth now takes some electrons, so that is why it electrified as negatively. So transfer of electrons take place here. Number of electrons are decreased on glass rod because they are the transfer from glass rod to silk. So glass rod becomes positively charged. So there is a lack of electrons. Now the next is silk rod acquired some electrons. So it becomes negatively charged. As I already told you, so there is excess of electrons by the example of comb and dry hair also, that 3 and 5. I already explained you this. In this way both of them become charged. So here you can see by this diagram, okay, there is a glass rod and silk cloth, and after rubbing it, when we are rubbing the glass rod to become positively charged, it become a positively charged and the silk cloth become negatively charged. Now they have capabilities to attract some teeny pieces of paper. So in this way anybody becomes charged, या फिर anybody becomes electrified. So thank you and I hope this video will help you.